Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. And yes, I know I wasn't around yesterday. It was not my day. There was just a lot I had to do, and everything went sideways. All my scheduling was out the window, and that's fine. Sorry about that, friends. I did not forget you. So, today I am working on the sleeves of my beautiful surprise cardigan that I decided to make, or sorry, sweater. It's a pullover. Pullover, not a cardigan. Cardigans do up. Anyways, glad you're here with my very mixed up brain today. Okay, so let's discuss my beautiful project here. Now I'm working with all Yarnspiration yarns on this one. So this is Red Heart Retro Stripe. This is Super Saver, run of the mill. I had to frog it out of another project that didn't work out the way we wanted it to. So I'm reworking it into something that is wearable and usable. I didn't have enough for sleeves. This is all I have left out of everything I had of that giant ball, and that is definitely not enough for long oversized sleeves that she requires. So I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook, one of my ones from Temu that I got for my birthday. Love them. This right here is why we don't do amigurumi with them, but they are fun to work with. Anyway, yeah, so this yarn here is a Bernette. It is an extra value. I can't think that's what it's called, but it's the big one. I don't have the label. And this particular pattern that I got the inspiration from and the idea of how to do this made it so you could just continue on here. You don't have to sew it in. She wanted low sew, and so I'm doing that right now because I wanted to see if this would actually work out. So that's why I'm so far. This is my 6th row, which was roughly what I wanted to get to put the color back in. So we're going to do gray around a few stripes of the colors, and I think that's going to work out really nice and really tie it together. I thought about doing a hood, but this is actually quite a heavy garment. I don't want to make it heavier, so I know a hood would just actually add more weight, so we're just going to leave it as is and just make it into a sort of a slouchy, throw on over whatever you're wearing, oversized. If eventually I need to do a hoodie, then I will, but I would prefer not to. I don't think it would work on this garment in particular, just based on the weight of it. Okay. I have been working on my knitting project. Pulled it out yesterday, and I tried doing some work. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was my wrist being weird and knitting not feeling comfortable for so long, but a good chunk, about this much, and the thing's like this big, so like this much of it, a good almost half of it was just not, it wasn't sitting right. I had to go and take some stitches out, and I went to do that, and then like 3 rows down it started pulling apart, big holes. It's like, okay, it should not be doing that. I don't know why it was doing that. Maybe I did it loose, maybe I didn't tighten it up. I don't know. I really don't. But I had to take the whole thing away because I couldn't figure out where to stop pulling it apart. So I just took the whole thing apart, started it over, and now that I'm pretty much done all my granny squares, 2 a day kind of thing, I'm about to start putting those together probably later. Maybe I'll do another video where I'm starting to place them together for today. But I'm hoping to get this sweater done because I don't know why I just decided, yeah, I do know why. I was inspired. I saw a video of something very similar and thought, hey, that's what I'd like. And my daughter kept saying, I'd really like that. So of course, me being me, I was like, oh, of course, that's what you'd like? Sure. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You know what? I'm going to skip on that. We are going to do that there. All right, I'm going to take this one because I like the yellow. I mean, I'm going to use them both. This one has a little more green in it. This has the yellowish. And they're roughly about the same size, I think. So we are going to put in my nice end. I'm going to loosen that just a touch so I can pull you through. Okay, pull you through. And then we just do a simple little slip stitch like so. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I do like the gray with this pink in particular. It's really, really quite cute. And we're just gonna tuck you in here because I don't want to carry you to the next side here. Okay, that should work. Keep my ends in and go like that. Oh, there goes my ball. We're gonna turn my work because it is starting to get away. And I think maybe I'll just cut this off here. It seems kind of permanent, but that's okay. That is okay. And as for my ends, those will be buried as we go along. I'm just going to sneak that in there. Hold that still. And then this little bit here is going to get buried under here. So good luck finding that end. And it'll be me that'll probably have to take it apart at some point for some unforeseen reason. Speaking of which, so over the winter I made one of those scarves with sleeves for my daughter. And I actually have already made her a cardigan. A shawl cardigan. Yeah. With the same yarn, and turns out she doesn't really wear either one of them. They don't fit her properly. My bad. And I guess the shawl cardigan, one shoulder, just doesn't like to stay up. So I have to take them apart and retool them, I guess. That's what she's decided, because she wants more crochet cardigans and sweaters to throw on instead of sweatshirts, because she really wants to show off my crochet. She's so supportive. But it does cause me a little more work. But that's okay, you know what? It doesn't hurt me to redo something that isn't working if the person doesn't want it. And it gives me more chance to play with certain yarns that I wouldn't normally play with. And here we are. Sorry about that. I was being asked about a object that I don't have. Okay. So clusters of 3 double crochets, no chaining. I didn't want the chaining. The chaining just wasn't sitting right. There we go. And we turn again. One, 2, and of course, number 3. So my brain is officially fried. I did 4 sets of taxes yesterday and got them all in. So that's good. I keep telling myself every year I should do it earlier, but I just put it off. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute. I'm almost out of time. Talk about procrastinating and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I'm not quite sure what that was about. Just wanted to show me something on a video. So I guess I do know what that was about. Never mind. So if you heard a little tiny voice, just wanted to show me something. That's okay. Here we go. Yeah. 4 sets of taxes. And then I went to go do a small area of steam cleaning yesterday, and it actually went a lot longer than it should have because I did not realize that somebody had probably spilled either coffee or tea in that area because it was under a rug, and I was just trying to get some of the dust out of an area that my daughter plays a lot. She likes to play right there on the floor, and I noticed that the carpets were looking really bad. There's a lot of extra dust, so I thought, okay, well, I'll just do a little section at a time, and then I'm not overwhelming everybody with a soaking wet floor or moving all the furniture around, and yeah. So that went a lot longer. The floor's still a bit damp the next morning, and the white blankets I put on top of the wet area have actually turned coffee colored where it was still wet. So those are in the washing machine, and I'm going to let the floor dry, and then I'm going to decide whether I cleaned it well enough or not. It looks a lot better right now. It's not like dirt colored, so that's good. But yeah, yesterday I just could not find the time to do a video. I'm all out of extra videos in the background. I don't even have any to put music to. I didn't even have time for that. There's just one thing after another after another. And you know, sometimes real life is like that. You'll just have one thing after another with no breaks. And then the next day your brain feels hungover and fried because it was just so much. And that happens. But today I am completely exhausted. I feel like I haven't slept, and I did sleep. I slept wonderfully. Full night. Got up right before the alarm went off. Was asleep before 11:30. So, yeah, but I still feel really groggy and just ugh. Maybe I'll have like 5 more cups of coffee and I'll feel better. I doubt it. But I do like how this is coming together. I'm very happy that it's working out the way I want it to, and it's going quite fast. I think I've worked on it for like 6 hours in total so far, off and on, in between everything. Oh my gosh. Just getting hair wrapped around my finger. I'm trying to pull out the pieces of hair when I come across them while I'm not working the projects, because I don't want my hair all in them. Oh, see, there's another one. I really am quite astounded that I have any hair left on my head with the amount I pick out of my crochet and off my clothes, that kind of thing. I constantly feel like something's crawling down my arms, and it's actually just a piece of hair floating away, saying its goodbyes to me. Bye. See ya later. Or as my daughter tells people, see ya never. Okay. And we slip stitch to join them. That's all I've been doing. Yeah, I absolutely love it. You know what? This was a good choice. My daughter was thinking maybe white or black, and I was thinking, you know what? I think gray might be a softer choice to play the colors up a little bit more. Black would be quite severe. It would work, but I also don't have a lot of black enough in the right weight to match the rest. So that was an added part of it. But I'm trying to use what I already have and not go buy more, or else this will be sitting for a while, because I do not have it in my budget to buy some yarn today. So I'm going to make it work with what I have so I can finish it and feel good that I got something that I wanted done. Another thing I've been working on the side is my knitting project. I'd really like to get that done. One of the needles got a little bit bent, and I'm like, okay, that is it. I really need to get this out of my to-do pile. It's been here much too long, so it's on my to-do list. Unfortunately, I ran into this issue yesterday where I don't know what I was doing, but somehow I messed up all my stitching for that particular piece, and a good chunk of it just started to unravel on its own, like in the middle. I know people are doing that on purpose on some stuff, and that looks crazy cool, but in this particular situation, it was not what was intended. So I had to go back, and I just ended up taking more and more and more apart. I could not figure out where to stop, and it would be fine from there. So I took it all apart, and I'm just restarting it. I'm going to treat it like I treated all the granny squares. So give myself a time limit every day and work on it for about that long, 2 or 3 rows. 4 rows would be lovely per day, and I should be able to get it done lickety split. I got all those granny squares done really fast. I'm actually quite ready to put it together now, so that's where I'm at with that one. And I believe we're at 90 something squares in a couple weeks, so that's not too bad. I was averaging about 3 to 5 a day. My goal was 2, but you know, I want to get that done too. It is something I really want finished, so that way that chair is covered and I can start looking at starting stuff for the other one, which is not as bad, or the seats of my dining chairs, which are absolutely horrid. They are falling right apart. All the stuffing's coming out. So that's not good, and I don't want to go through the gray. Let's not go through the gray. We're only going through the color. There you are. Beautiful. So I think we're just going to do as many rows as I possibly can with the color, and then we'll just throw the gray in wherever it is. I'm not even going to end it on the row unless I have to, because I think either way it's going to give it a nice little look here, or maybe I will just stop at a certain point. I don't know. There's a lot of decisions to make here. Anyhow, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. And hopefully I'll see you again soon and not be so frazzled and brain dead. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.